age limit and ID checking, but believes this ban goes to extremes and threatens public safety.
So that clip from a few weeks back shows the Texas lawmakers trying to propose a bill that'll ban everything. And that'll obviously affect a lot of people, a lot of mom and pop businesses, and a lot of smaller local shops. And you guys would have seen in that clip for yourself, a lot of these local smaller businesses, the mom and pop shops, they're not rich. They're not making tons of millions of dollars like some of these larger companies. I'm thinking companies like Trulieve and Curaleaf. A lot of these smaller companies will have to shut down, and that's their livelihood.
The reality is that this is going to make public safety worse because people are going to be pushed, to the black market, and the medical space is for the rich.
House Bill 28 is similar to Senate Bill 3. It emphasizes stricter rules in licensing, though, rather than banning THC altogether. It's important to note that this ban would not impact the compassionate use program, which allows for legal medical marijuana.
Now, a while back, you guys would have actually heard us discuss this proposed ban and what Lieutenant Governor Patrick is trying to do. And in that episode, we actually discussed two competing bills. One bill that'll outright ban everything, and another bill that'll regulate the industry. And now, according to this article, it seems this is the Senate's hemp product ban with a regulatory structure for the THC edibles, drinks, and flower. Now, this is pretty interesting because this bill, which aims to tighten regulations, not outright ban everything, actually sets up a potential clash with Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and with the Senate, who are pursuing a total ban of all those products. Now, you guys have heard us say this already. Regulation in certain aspects is absolutely fine. Overregulation, like we see in places like California, Colorado, that can cause the industry to suffer. But regulation when it comes to restricting sales to those 21 and over, requiring an identification or ID card to get into the store and make these purchases, I think that that's really reasonable. Now, according to this, and I quote, the latest draft of the lower chamber's THC regulation bill will allow retailers to continue selling edibles and drinks along with low-dose hemp flower, but it will ban all vapes and allow counties to vote on banning consumable hemp. Now, it also goes on to say, and I quote, sales will also be barred within 1,000 feet of a school or certain other areas frequented by children. Now, personally, I think that not pursuing a ban, but rather having a regulated system is a lot better. And honestly, it's not about what I think, because the hemp industry over in Texas actually defends against the ban, and here's what they had to say.
Well, the future of Texas's hemp industry hangs in the balance as state lawmakers consider legislation that would restrict or even ban certain hemp products. Hundreds of business owners and advocates went to the state capitol to make their voices heard. 6 News reporter Juliana Jackson shows us the controversial bills and the people fighting to save their livelihoods. Juliana?
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has made the THC ban one of his top priorities this session. Hemp products containing 0.3% THC or less have been legal in Texas, creating an industry of shops, manufacturers, and farms across the state. That industry is under threat from 2 bills, Senate Bill 3 and House Bill 28.
I became an advocate back in 2012, and I decided I had to make a decision. Did I want to live or did I want to die?
Karen Reeves says her experience with pharmaceuticals left her searching for more.
I felt like they were trying to end my life by prescribing more medications that were just doing me harm.
Since turning to hemp products, she says her quality of life has drastically improved.
But with cannabis, I'm able to manage my pain, I manage my anxiety, I'm not so depressed anymore. It shouldn't be against the law to feel good.
Senate Bill 3 would completely ban consumable hemp products containing THC. House Bill 28 would allow some products within current limit, but would drastically restrict certain sizes.
So
both bills are a top priority for Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick.
Well, we got to the House very early, to the Capitol, so that we could get in line and sign up so that we could speak. There were hundreds of people who signed up to speak.
Among the small business owners who would be directly impacted by the legislation is Judy Corrigan. She says her business has never sold products marketed to children or included questionable compounds.
We have never sold things that look like children's candy. We have never sold things that contain like THCO and THCP and some of these cannabinoids or these chemicals that don't have a wellness aspect.
Now, we just need to point out, what we hear a lot of these lawmakers saying is that they're trying to protect the kids. People are selling to kids. Things are being sold to underage children. And that's actually what this lady is saying is not the case. They don't have anything that looks like it resembles kids' packaging or anything that looks like it resembles kids' snacks, fruits, gummies, any of that stuff. And I'm pretty sure in a shop like this, you need to be over 18 years or 21 years to even get in.
This is a health and wellness store, and it has been since